Okay, so I didn't, I forgot to tell this part. Like, whenever with my birthday and my parents' birthday, my dad's is November 7th and my mom is the 18th. Mine is the 25th. So when you add 7 and 18, you get the 25th. Okay, so it's not a coincidence. There's no way all of this can be a coincidence. You know what I mean? So, alright, so I'm in the pews. I'm by myself, no adults next to me, no one's saying, oh, come up here, no one's saying that. So my granddad, he's the pastor of the church, Mount Calvary. So he's in the front of the church, and next to me is the aisle, and from the right of me, no one's there. Mind you, no one is there. And I'm hearing, don't go up there, don't get saved, don't go up there, you're gonna embarrass yourself, don't go up there, right? And I keep my eyes on my granddad, you know, and he's just, I don't remember everything that he's saying, but he's pretty much saying, it's an invitation, right? So I felt compelled to go up there. No one grabbed my hand, no one said, oh, we're forcing you. No, no one did that, okay? I felt compelled, like it was like a, come on, come to me kind of thing. My granddad didn't say, come up here, Maya, or anything like that. So even though I heard that to the right of me, I still continued to go up there. And then I got blessed over. He laid hands on me and I ended up getting blessed over. And then, like, it was like this bright light appear in my head. And I was like, I felt better. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, like, I know now, but then I was just like, oh, I feel so much better. I feel happy. So, like, from there, I continued to go to school. We lived in the red carpet house that my great grandparents built as their family home. So we all lived there. It was a whole lot of chaotic things that went inside of that house, but it's a lot of family all in one roof, So things happen. So it was pretty much a full house. I didn't get a lot of attention in that house at all. I was very overlooked. My older, like my boy cousins, who were like a little bit older than me and around my age, they pushed me around. I was like pretty much like the rule enforcer. I was like, Grandma said you don't go in a creek. Grandma said we're not allowed to do that. Grandma said we can't watch this. Grandma said we can't go out in the woods. And they just never wanted to play with me. They were just like, oh, you're a girl or stuff like that. And I remember I tried to sit on the couch. I remember like they pushed me off. I was like looking around. I'm just like, is anyone gonna help me? Like I didn't say that, but I'm just, you're a kid. You're just looking around because like your parent, you look when you're a child, you look to the adults around you and see how they react. Okay, that's how you get your self-respect. Is like having a parent or an adult be like, hey, don't you treat her like that. But no one did that. They just said, hit him back. No one ever, so no one ever stepped in. So I'd cry and I get called sensitive, all kinds of stuff. So just like I told you previously about the whole thing about um, all that cortisol um, and that travels to the placenta, I dealt with that for the rest of my life, all the way up to this moment. I'm 20 years old. This is whenever I'm like 5, 7, 8 years old. So I lived in this red carpet house for like a good 2 years. Um, yeah, we did live there for a good amount of time. So that's another major part of my life is living there. I remember um, I was so free. I loved Bible school. I remember I asked my mom, I was like, "Can you read the Bible to me?" She opened it, she read like a couple words or like a sentence, then she just went silent, and then she closed the book and put it away. I was like, "Oh, okay." So I was just very innocent. I was very young. I tried to fit in with my cousins because I didn't have anyone else to play with, and they didn't want to play with me because I was a girl, which is weird. Um, yeah, a lot of things happened. Like my brother got left in the store before the kids, like the babies got left at the church, and no one noticed like until I said something. Like I was overlooked. I was like, it's quiet. They were like, yeah, it is quiet. Yeah. That is quiet. We left the babies. Ah! So we turned all the way around. They go get them. That's pretty much how it was. It was, and I was very empathetic. I love watching Animal Planet. I love drawing and writing. I used to say a bunch of curse words. I'd have to write I will not say curse words like 30 something times. And I did it because I liked writing. So like they did not do good at with punishing me or disciplining me that much, because like it was not punishment. Like if I got sent to my room, I was like, okay. If I got my tablet taken away, I was like, okay, because I have my drawing and I have pen, so I just write in my room all day. So that's like later on, not in the red carpet house, but that's just how I dealt with stuff like that. But I was by myself a lot. I used to watch animal documentaries, spend time with my grandma a little bit when I was there, but that's that. That's the end of that. So we ended up moving sometime after that, because like it was too far for like my dad to drive out there. So my mom ended up moving. We moved to this one house, then we moved again. So now we are at now sometime after that my other brother was born. So now it's five of us, five children, right? So we moved to Prospect Terrace. These are just like the big moment parts in my life. I'm not gonna put every little detail because it's gonna be too long. It's gonna be like 2 hours or something. Testimony. Okay, so yeah, so we lived here. We lived at Prospect Terrace. I remember I had to go to school as soon as we got there. And like I started to cry. I was just like, Mom, I was like, Mom, I'm scared. I want to stay home with you. She was like, No, girl, you better get on that bus. That's pretty much like how she reacted to it. So I was scared. She was like, No, you're not staying here with me. I gotta go to work or something like that. So I was like, okay. So then that's when a bus went. I went with my older brother. With my older brother at the time. So I was like 7. Um, so I got on a bus. I was sitting by myself, and like I hear all these. It was so loud on the bus, and I got overwhelmed. I got overstimulated, very fast, and I started to cry when we were about to get off the bus. Then like my brother was like, Maya, what's wrong? Blah blah blah. So I ended up cheering up after that. I went in. I got to meet my teacher. I was just like, so are we gonna like hide and stuff, or are we gonna have drills? Because at my old school, we used to have drills in case like someone walked in and was gonna shoot up a school or something. So I asked her about that. She was like, what? Like as if they don't do that. So I was just like, oh, this is, it was already different. So I was trying to adapt to my new school life. I met some friends, and making friends was very easy at this age for me. Like from second all the way to fourth grade, making friends was very easy. It took a while for me to adapt and fit in with people, but around this time when you're young, it's very easy to make friends, and you'll figure out why that's important later on in the story. Okay, so we lived there. Then the next time I came back, like I remember this girl, I was new, she pushed my head against the window. I said, Stop, leave me alone, blah blah blah. Then like the bus went on this thing, and then like I hit my head against the window, and then she started laughing at me. I said, Stop, leave me alone, blah 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 blah. And I started to cry, and then like before the bus stopped, like I remember my tears went up. Like you remember from like Cloudy of a Chance and Meatballs with the black dude, the police officer, and he sucked his tear back up. That's pretty much how it was for me. I just went stone face. Like it was so scary. If you would have saw it, you would be like, oh, okay. Because like around this time, and like I spazzed out on her. Like I remember I dropped my book bag when I got home. My mom and my older brother was like, Maya, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I was like, this girl, she was messing, she kept on messing with me on the bus, so I'm gonna go beat her up. Like I literally said that. I kid you not. Like I went into the house, and I dropped my book bag at the entrance. I didn't even shut the door. I just walked. Like I was starting to go over there to her house, and and if she opened the door, I was going to fight her. Um, but my mom stopped me. She was like, Maya, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I was just like, this girl, she was messing with me on the bus, so I'm gonna go beat her up. My mom was like, no, you're not gonna do that. We're gonna go talk to their parents. So I was like, whatever. So like whenever I was younger, I was very angry. Like I had so much anger when I was little, and I was very strong when I was angry. And like when I got older, I chilled down because I just didn't want to hurt anyone. You know what I mean? I didn't want to hurt anyone whenever I was angry. So I cooled down over the years. Thank God I did. Um, I never got into a fight, by the way. So yeah, but yeah, that's that. So fast forward. Fast forward.